Hi there, my brothers and sisters in Christ. May we always give glory unto our Father through His Son. Okay, I wanted to go over this dream that I had a few days ago. In this dream, I was hovered slightly above and in the back of an audience of people. And in front of me, I seen a man standing on like a stage speaking. And he had a book in his hand, he had a book in his hand, which looked like a Bible. Because it had, what I remember, it had one of those dividers that the Bibles used to have, like the threaded dividers. And this is what I seen in his hand. And before he pulled it out, he was talking to the audience, okay? And then he pulled out the book. And then someone in the crowd mockingly said, because the guy thought it was a Bible too, he said mockingly, are you going to preach to us? And when he said that, the whole crowd chuckled, laughed, okay? And the guy was like, no, this isn't a Bible or whatnot. All right, and I noticed that. And then they were still talking as far as mocking like the Bible and the scriptures itself. And then towards the end of the dream, hear this, these people started singing gospel music. I mean, they were serious. In this dream, what the Lord is showing me is these are false believers, worldly. It was okay for the guy to speak, but as soon as the guy was about to speak about the Lord or even preach unto the people that was in the audience, they mocked and scoffed, still joking and laughing about scriptures and about things related to God. But then towards the end, these same people, self-righteous, were singing, all in sync, singing. And then I woke up from the dream. Let's go down to another dream that I had. I don't understand this one. In this dream, I found myself at a neighborhood. And in that neighborhood, I was sent to go pick up trash. I don't know what happened. I was just sent to go pick up trash. And as I was picking up the trash on the floor, I picked up a piece of paper which was torn up in pieces. But I picked up a piece of that. And when I looked at it, I realized it was a child's handwriting. But the child writing was, he quoted or written down a verse in the book of Revelation. And I knew that in this dream. But it was a kid's handwriting. Like a grade school, elementary handwriting. But it had I don't remember the verse, but I knew for a fact in his dream that it was in the book of Revelation. And he wrote it, but it was ripped. It was torn up. And what I also remember is he put it was emotional symbol. Let me draw it real quick, and I'll show you. I don't know what it means when I see this. Hold on. This is someone's face. Oh shoot, I got it the wrong way. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. No, let me show a different one. That's not it. Hold on. It's like almost sad, a sad face after he was writing the verses in the book of Revelation. And after he quoted a verse, writing it down, for some reason it was just ripped up in pieces, and I just got a piece of that. But this is what I seen. It's a different picture, but it's the same thing. 2 eyes, a mouth, and then the head. That's what a little boy wrote. A little boy, little girl, I don't know who it was. And I remember when I picked it up and I held on to it, I actually put it in my pocket, and I was amazed that a little kid, you would think he would be all in video games or sports or cartoons or whatnot, but he was reading the Revelation. He was writing it down. I really don't know what it means. It was a child. I'm just trying to go over every dream that I had for a few days. Okay. I don't understand this dream either. I had a dream about Trump. In this dream, it seemed as if I was an intern, okay? And I was with a woman, and we were in a huge building. And what she was doing, she was walking around with me to find someone within that building, within that company that can train me in what they do, like shadowing someone for those who know what that means. Okay, so she was going around looking at different people as they were working, trying to figure out who can I sit next to see what they do, and they can basically give me hands-on training so I can get more understanding of this company, being an intern. All right, so as we were walking and looking in different offices to see who was available that I could sit by, and out of nowhere I seen Donald Trump. And he was sitting at a desk almost with his back slightly away from us. And he was sitting at a desk and he was writing something down. And a lady approached him, and I was like, in the back of my mind, I said, out of all the people that I could shadow with, why was she trying to partner me with him? I mean, I don't know. Okay, that's what I was saying in the back of my mind, but I was like, okay, it's an intern job or whatever. So she introduced me to him. He turned away. Hey, how you doing? He seemed normal. Shook my hand. I shook his hand. He was like, okay, just sit right here. I'm going to show you. And then he turned around and started showing me stuff which I don't remember. And then after that, the lady left. So she left me with him. He was showing me certain stuff that they do in the company, in the business or whatnot. And then he gave me some stuff to do. He left. And he was like, okay, when I come back, I'm going to check your work or whatnot. I remember in his dream, it seemed like I had a bag of something. I can almost compare it to marbles. He gave me somewhat of a bag of marbles, and I remember getting up, and he got up, and then he left, and he said, okay, I'll be back to check on your work. I'll be back. And I said, okay. And I remember on purpose, I purposely dropped the marbles and they scattered in the office. And it was like carpeted. I remember because when it fell, it didn't make like that much noise because I guess the carpet softened it. It fell and it scattered everywhere. And I looked down, and then the woman came and she was like, you should pick them up before he comes back. And I remember squatting down to pick them up. It's weird. I don't understand. Sometimes I understand the dreams. Sometimes I don't. For those who have interpretation of dreams, I'm just putting it out there. But I don't understand the dream. All right. Let's see. Okay. Another dream. This dream is about Hillary. In this dream, I remember being in this dream. I was at a funeral, and the funeral was my mother. In this dream, my mother passed away. Okay, my mother's alive today, but in this dream, my mother passed away, and I remember sitting in the front of the church. You know how some churches they have the church benches, and they're divided in the middle, and there's people to the left, and then there's people to the right. I mean benches, and you just sit down. I was sitting to the left, and there was the front row, sitting to the left in the front row, and there was a podium right in front of us. Okay. And there was people talking, people going up, I guess, giving their condolences about and speaking highly, I wouldn't say highly. It's like normal people do when they speak at funerals. But in this dream, I was getting agitated and almost angry because the environment was like they're stalling. Okay? So you get somebody up there and they know that there's something. All of them knew something. And I got that feeling that they were stalling for some reason. I don't know why. And then the last person to come up there and still stall was Hillary Clinton. So my mother was behind her in her casket. Okay, and Hillary kind of stood before her behind the podium, and I was just sitting there listening to her speak, and she wasn't really talking about nothing. And then I remember I blurted out, and I was upset. I was like, "Come on, what I said? I said, come on, finish it up. Stop stalling. Let's go. You guys have been stalling for the longest. I don't understand this dream either." And then I said, okay, good. I was like, why is my mother in a casket? Why is she speaking at my mother's funeral? Because spiritually, spiritually, I know when you're at a funeral, it spiritually means dead. Okay? I don't know if it's talking about she, but the thing is, I said, why it had to be my mother? Why couldn't it be somebody else? And then I realized that my mother's root name is Christ. Same thing. If you continue her root name, it's Christian, but a female. Okay? And I seen she died in a casket, and Hillary Clinton was speaking. I'm still trying to get revelation on that, so I don't know. I really don't know what that meant. Okay, I wrote my dreams down to make sure I go over all of them instead of making separate videos, and not just pointless. Got it. All right. There's another dream. This dream was weird. I remember in this dream I was looking at pages that looked like they were copied. Okay? Like they were copied through a copy machine. And some of the words were blotted out. Like how a copy machine would malfunction. It'll print out half words and the rest will be blotted out in black. And I remember reading this. I was like, I can't read this. It's pointless. Imagine if you're reading scriptures and you're not used to scriptures and half of the words were just blotted out. You were like, okay, how can I understand the whole thing? Can't not read the rest. And I noticed that in these papers or a book or whatnot. And as it continued, I remember laying in bed. All right. And as I was laying in bed, it was dark. But as I was laying there, I said to myself, it's unusual. It's unusually dark in here. It feels kind of weird. That's what I was sensing. So as I was laying in bed, I got up. I was trying to get up to cut off the light that was in front of me. I had to reach up, pull the switch to cut on the light, And then as I was trying to get up to cut on the light, there was like this evil spiritual force that came on me to pull me down to not turn on that light. Okay? But I remember I was still fighting to get up to reach to open the light with all my power, all I could, but that force was dragging me not to open that light. And I remember I was able to get off the bed, and I couldn't even mess with the light, so I just left the light alone. And I remember I knew in my dream that it's like I'm used to, sometimes we get used to spiritual attacks to the point I just start fighting back. So I realized that I started physically fighting back, and I seen myself in this dream doing that. But if you looked at me, there was nobody there. But I sensed it. I felt the spirit on me, like literally heavy fight. So I started fighting it. And what I remember saying, but I didn't think of it to say. It just came out of my mouth. Okay? What I said, Lord, you are my shield and my sword. And as I was fighting the spirit off of me, that's what I remember coming out of my mouth. Lord, you are my shield and my sword. And then after that, I remember I said, help me, Jesus. And right when I said his name, a few seconds, boom, that spirit just left. Then I woke up. Not literally woke up, but you know how you're still asleep, but you wake up. I remember before this dream I was praying unto the Lord that the Lord would help me and not allow, when I dream, when I have visions, when I study, that the Lord will not allow the enemy to intervene. Because when you have dreams, you ought to test them. Because some dreams are not from God. And I was asking the Lord, help me to discern that. If not, I would be deceiving your people and also deceiving myself. And when I prayed that into the Lord, this is when I had these dreams. Okay? All right, that's all for now. Y'all take care.